What is up, guys? I'm Francis the instructor, and today I'm back with another Get Licensed Driving School tutorial video, and we are going to talk about appropriate speed. So appropriate speed is something that you should cover quite early on in your driving lessons, and it will help you to decide what speed to do on roads, usually the 20 to 30 mile an hour ones. The thing that a lot of drivers learning or pass their driving test don't understand is that the speed limit is not a target. It's the absolute maximum limit if the road conditions are perfect, and that's not always the case. So we need to find the appropriate speed of the road and not rely on the road sign to tell us what speed we should be going at. So what can help you to decide the correct speed for the road? Number one is the visibility. How much can you see down the road? Let's say you're coming up to a bend in the road, you really can't see around it, so that's going to help you to decide you should lower your speed. What's the pedestrian density on the road that you're driving down? Let's say you're driving down a really busy town centre road, let's say Oxford Street, loads of pedestrians milling around the pavements, probably about to cross in front of you. Should you be driving fast down that road? Definitely going to lower your speed if there's lots of pedestrians around that could cross the road at any moment. Weather can play an important factor in deciding your appropriate speed. If it's snowy, you're going to lower your speed. If it's really sunny and the sun's glaring in your eyes and you can't really see that well, again, lower your speed. Another thing you could look for, how wide is the road? If the road's really narrow and you're traveling close to parked cars or a wall perhaps, you're going to lower your speed. The slower you drive, the more accurate your steering's going to be. Another thing to think about, appropriate speed isn't just for the whole road. We need to constantly reassess and readjust our speed depending on what we're going past at the time. So let's say we're going past your school, what are you going to do? Speed up? No, you're going to slow down. If you're driving past a really high-sided vehicle, a lorry that's parked up and you can't see behind it, let's say this could be a workman's van, anybody could be coming around behind the van and you want to slow your speed down just in case there was something. Other things you might temporarily want to slow down for, let's say a playground. If you see children playing, they might want to step into the road or a ball might come flying into the road. You want to temporarily slow down for that. Zebra crossing, you might want to think about temporarily slowing down if there's people around the crossing and you're not sure whether they're going to cross or not. I'll tell you what, let's go and drive around and we'll have a look at the appropriate speed for a couple of different roads. I'll talk you through what I'm looking at and then I'll ask you to guess what speed you should be doing on that road as well. Let's go. Okay, so let's turn left onto this road. The speed limit is 20 miles an hour. At the moment, I'm doing 13, 14 miles an hour, and I'm coming up to a blind corner. I can't see anything around that bend, and there's parked cars making the road really narrow. You definitely wouldn't be able to fit two cars side by side, so I'm lowering my speed a lot, 9 miles an hour at the moment. If there was something coming around that bend at the same time as me, I'd have been able to brake and react in time. Now, let's look at this road here. Loads of parked cars on the left and right. My visibility of the pavement is really limited, so I'm gonna take this road really slowly, 13 miles an hour at the moment. Imagine doing 20 miles an hour down this road and someone jumps out from behind that white van. You'd have no chance of stopping. Okay, so now the road's clearing and I can see more on the left, still limited on the right, but I'm gonna raise my speed just slightly because of the visibility being improved. So let's look down this road. I can see quite a long way into the distance, so I'm safe doing 16, 17 miles an hour at the moment. But as I get onto this section of road, the road's quite wide, wider than the one before, but again, I can't really see the pavement. As this car's approaching me, I'm gonna lower my speed because look at how close I'm having to drive to these parked cars. My steering's more accurate when I'm driving more slowly. The car's gone past, so I'm gonna raise my speed up again. At the moment, I'm doing 19 miles an hour. I'm not very close to these parked cars. I'm also not very close to the pavement, so if something was to jump out, I'd be able to react in time. Now this van, I am lowering my speed. You can see that there, I'm lowering my speed just in case there's something happening. What about this section up ahead? Do you think I should speed up or slow down? That's right, I'm gonna slow down. Massive reduction in visibility on the right with all those parked vehicles, plus a zebra crossing. Now, the zebra crossing is completely clear. There's no pedestrians on the left or right, so I can maintain speed on that one. Okay, let's look at this road now. I can see the whole pavement. I can see what's happening on the left and right, but I'm going around a bend. So with a bend like that and I need to control my steering, what do you reckon the safe speed was for that? Was I doing the correct speed or should I have been going a bit slower? Okay, now I'm doing 10 miles an hour or thereabouts. Do you reckon this is a safe speed for this road? What about this big van on my left? What about the cyclist in front of me? Should I slow down for the cyclist even more or can I speed up and overtake? Is it wide enough to overtake? I think I could. Yep, I've given him loads of room. So there was the facility on that road to overtake the cyclist safely. I didn't exceed 16 miles an hour though because the hazards on the road still wouldn't really permit me to go 20 miles an hour safely. Okay, so this road now, I'm doing 17 miles an hour. I think I could increase my speed a little bit more. Let's do 18, 19, still safe. I'm traveling quite close to the middle of the road, so I'm away from these parked cars. I'm also away from the pavement if someone wanted to jump out. What about this white car ahead of me though? I'm now driving a lot closer to the parked cars. Less space, less speed. If I've got less space, I need to lower my speed. So the road's continually changing. It's always changing and evolving, and I need to change my speed to fit the hazards on the road. What about up ahead? You can see there's something happening, there's a hazard. I'm gonna lower my speed. If I'm going slow, I've got more time to think about what I need to do. So I'm dropping my speed. You can see what speed I'm doing, 13, 12, 11, 10 miles an hour. Now I can increase my speed because look how clear this is. I can see the pavements. I know if there's pedestrians around. I can see quite far down the road, so my visibility is great. We're going to turn right next. Let's have a look at the next road. So as soon as you turn into a road, you should start to be doing this analysis. You should start to have a look at the hazards that you're coming up against. Once you do the anticipation and planning lesson, you'll learn about how to look all the way to the end of the road, work your way back and take in the pavement so that you can make a safe decision about what's happening next. Okay, so as soon as we're on the road, let's start analysing. Coming up to a bus, can I zoom past that bus? No, because there might be people walking around the bus. People that have just got off the bus might be trying to cross the road. So I'll lower my speed just in case. Now, nice clear bit of road up ahead. I'm doing 21 miles an hour, 20 there. And the road's super clear. I can see the pavements, I can see all the way down the road, so I can make a safe decision about what's happening next. Like when you learn anticipation and planning, you wanna think 5 steps ahead. You wanna think as far ahead as possible. So if you can see a long way down the road, you can plan really far ahead, which helps you to build up a higher speed. If you can only see 1, 2 steps ahead, you wanna be lowering your speed because that's gonna help you to make safe decisions. So pulling away from a parked position, if you're in a hurry, it's gonna be really tempting to zoom down this road. Let's have a look at how much you can see on the pavements though. Super limited. And the zebra crossing, really limited visibility on the left and right of that zebra crossing. Anyone could come around that corner and start walking across the crossing. So if I'm going too fast, I might miss the pedestrian, especially if I'm thinking about what's happening at the end of the road. Okay, so another narrow road. Let's have a look at this. I can see so much down the road. The pavements are really clear. There's no pedestrians around, but it's very residential. Let's think someone could come out of their house and start crossing the road. Look at that on the right, boot open, 2 boots open. What if someone wanted to cross the road with a load of shopping that they couldn't see behind, maybe lots of boxes? I want to keep my speed low past that hazard. Now, I'm raising my speed up a little bit because I can see further down the road. I'm coming up to a blind corner though, so lowering the speed, especially as I can't see what's coming and the road is narrowing. And up ahead, I've got people crossing the road. I'm keeping my speed low. What if there's some more people there ready to cross the road? Car coming towards me. What should I do with my speed here? That's right, lower it. I'm slowing right down because I'm driving closer to the parked cars. Also, loads of workmen stuff on the right-hand side of the road. What if there's some workmen ready to cross the road? They might be carrying stuff and not have great visibility. So I need to not just look after myself, but look after everybody else on the road. Now I can speed up slightly because I can travel slightly further to the center of the road. I'm doing 20 miles an hour here. I haven't got great visibility on the pavements coming up, but I'm further away from the pavements so I can go a little bit faster. If I were to drive closer to the pavements, I would definitely want to lower my speed. I can see all the way down to the end of this road, and that's the key. If you can't see to the end of the road, or you can't see 100 meters in front of you, you need to lower your speed because you might come to a situation where suddenly you need to react to something. Okay, so it's busy, it's narrow, and there's cyclists around. I need to be alert, really alert. Motorbike coming towards me. I'm moving out of his way, but I'm only doing 12 miles an hour. This road looks quite big. It's really long and I've got great visibility all the way down it, but the density of the traffic and the density of the pedestrians means that I need to keep my speed low, especially as there's so many cyclists around. Cyclists don't always follow the rules of the road. You need to be aware that they might do something unexpected at any time. If you're driving faster, you're not going to process that as quick. If something happens, like a cyclist runs out and does something unexpected and you're driving slowly, you're going to be able to react to that a lot more safely. Okay, so let's have a look here. What are the hazards that you can see on the road? Imagine what speed you would want to do. Can you see that big hazard? There's a pedestrian walking in the road. There's a car pulling out in front of me. I'm only doing 16 miles an hour. I can deal with that really easily because I'm going so slowly. If I was belting it down that road, I'd be in trouble. Now we're on a new road. Straight away, you're gonna start looking ahead and planning your hazard. What's the hazard and risk level of this road? Quite low. There are pedestrians around, but I can see all the way down the end of the road. There is a lot of visibility, a few parked cars and vehicles, but I can see around them because they're not back to back with each other. Okay, so hazards ahead. Loads of pedestrians. Appropriate speed for this road, probably 0 right now. Otherwise I'll run people over and that's not appropriate. So on the right, I can't see what's happening on the right at all because there's lots of vehicles obstructing my vision. On the left again, loads of pedestrians. Can't see behind the parked cars very well, but I know that there's pedestrians there. I can kind of see their heads bobbing up and down. If you've seen my other videos, you will have heard me talking about the out routine, over, under, through. So when you're on a road like this and you can't really see the pavements behind the parked vehicles, look over the top. Can you see any heads bobbing? Look under the vehicles, maybe shadows of feet, and look through the glass to try and find people that are walking along behind. See that guy? Try and find people that are walking along the pavement. So I kept my speed quite low on that road. I think that was appropriate. Okay, new road. What are we thinking? What are the hazards that you can see on this road? What are the factors that are telling you what speed you can do? Number 1, what's the width of the road like? It's quite wide. Number 2, how far ahead can you see? Because we're on a bend, you can't see very far, so you need to lower your speed. Number 3, parked vehicles. There are lots of parked vehicles clouding and impeding your vision of the pavement. So I'm doing 15 and I think that's an appropriate speed right here. Okay, so I'm going to pull over there. Appropriate speed is such a really important driving lesson. It helps you to keep safe on the road. It also helps you, if you're a slow driver, to maybe think about speeding up, because the appropriate speed can help you not just slow down but maybe speed up if you need a push forwards. The things that we're looking for: how wide is the road, how narrow is the road, how much of the pavements can you see, how far down the road can you see. If you can see further, you can make more decisions further down the road about hazards coming up. Keep yourself safe, keep everyone else safe on the road. Comment below. I always read all the comments and I'll be commenting back with you. Also let me know what else you'd like to see and I'll get working on any other videos or any other content that you guys want to see. I'm Francis, the instructor for Get Licensed Driving School, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.